mighty kings and beautiful queens with dark, rich skin emerge as the sun sets over Africa's expansive savannas, weaving their tales into the vast tapestry of history that includes the tales of thriving and fading civilizations. The Bible, a timeless book, contains the meaning of these old stories inside its pages. Come along as we explore the depths of Africa's memory via a cinematic journey via time, uncovering tales that the world may have overlooked, but which will endure throughout eternity. In order to ensure that you do not miss any of our future videos, please subscribe and enable notifications before we begin. We are embarking on an extraordinary trip to uncover the history of our Black and African forefathers. According to the Bible, all present-day humans are descended from Noah's 3 sons. Get ready for some thrilling material. Embrace her pork and mustard people of African descent and those with darker skin tones whose ancestry originates from Ham, one of Noah's sons, are included in this. Brothers Shem and Japheth symbolize the Israelites and are related to Ham. Arab nation Europeans, Asians, Jews, Syrians, etc., as well as Japanese Tedits occasionally, Ham is identified in the Bible the ancestor of all Africans and Black people who descended from Noah's son. He is mentioned in connection with the ancient Egyptians in the Book of Psalms, and his name is always linked to Africa. It's interesting to note that old Jewish and other traditions also claim that he has African origin. Allusions to African lands and peoples permeate the idea of Ham's progeny. The name Ham also has a dark or charred connotation in ancient Hebrew, Aramaic, and other languages, which may have something to do with the shade of his hair and skin. Lines 6 to 14 of chapter 10 of Genesis provide insight into the genealogy of Ham and his descendants, the Hamitic people. In the novel, Ham's offspring are mentioned. Canaan, father of the Canaanites, and Kush, father of many Africans, are both described as sons of Horus. It is worth noting that Arabs, Jews, Syrians, and others referred to Egypt as Mizraim, a name bestowed upon it by its founder Pharaoh. The term Canaan may mean either a specific location or a people group. Going Kush, it is worth noting that the people of Samaria, who are believed to have descended from Nimrod Cush's disobedient son, are believed to have originated from Old Babylon. Additionally, there are individuals from South India and populations from various parts of Africa, such as Malians, who are believed to have descended from Ham's first son. Many nations and peoples can trace their ancestry back to Kush, including the Ethiopians and the people of Nubia, formerly known as the Kingdom of Kush. The Eritreans people from Kenya, it is said that the Gabonese Kondas and Vantas have Kushite. Ethiopia is often linked to the name Kush in biblical context. Canaan and Mizrahi, 2 African languages that originally meant Ethiopia or black, were also descendants of Ham. According to popular belief, the ancient Egyptians and several North African peoples, notably the Berbers and Targs, descended from Mahi. Aramin, Arabs, and Israelites all call Egypt Mizra. In Psalm 78:51, it says that God struck the firstborn in Egypt, who were the first fruits of manhood, and the tents of Ham. Ham had a son named Put, whose name means landmark in Hebrew. Put is thought of as the father of the Black Libyans and other African peoples. Many have twisted the story of the curse of Ham. While Noah's son Ham cannot help him when he fell drunk, he did make fun of his nude and inebriated condition in front of his other siblings. Nevertheless, this passage is open to numerous interpretations and is not the main focus of the story. Noah placed a curse on one of Ham's sons, Canaan. While Noah's actions may seem exaggerated, it was a grave matter to disrespect one's father during that time period, almost akin to a religious duty, although Noah's drunkenness appears to be accidental, resulting from his discovery of wine made from grapes, which had never been made before he unknowingly became intoxicated. As a consequence, God did not punish him. It is essential to recognize that Ham and his 3 other children, Kush, Misr, and Put, are all believed to be the progenitors of various African and Black populations. The Bible, through its genealogical accounts, connects these individuals to the ancient peoples of Africa, including the Egyptians, Ethiopians, and other African nations. However, it is important to approach these narratives with an understanding of their historical and cultural context, as they represent ancient perspectives and beliefs. It is worth noting that the Bible is not the sole historical or anthropological source for understanding the origins and history of Black and African peoples. Archaeology is only one of several fields that scholars and researchers consult. Understanding the origins, migrations, and cultural developments of Black and African peoples requires ongoing research and dialogue based on linguistics, genetics, and oral traditions. Our knowledge of the past is constantly evolving, so it is crucial to piece together the complex tapestry of human history. It must be emphasized that reading the Bible in a manner that implies the cursing of Africans is an enormous error and misunderstanding. The one cursed in the Bible is Canaan, grandson of Ham, not all Africans. The progenitor of the African and South Indian populations, Ham, was born before the flood and outlived most people by a wide margin. He was able to see the fifth and sixth generations of his family, some of whom were curiously related to his brother Shem. Although the precise age of Ham is not mentioned in the Bible, it is certain that he lived for at least 600 years, if not more. Multiple ideas and investigations have pointed to multiple potential locations for Ham's burial, but the exact location is still up for debate. His last resting place may be in Ethiopia or even Nubia, according to some. Most people think that Ham's tomb is in Sudan or Ethiopia, in Africa. However, others think it might be in Mesopotamia, the land of the Sumerians. Egypt, a nation shrouded in mystery and where millennial remains are still being unearthed, has even been mentioned as a possible location for his burial. Additional information of Ham's latter years, incidents involving Noah's family, and the genealogies of Ham are provided in the Book of Jubilees. Ham was unhappy when his youngest son Canaan opted to dwell in the country of Shem, which is now known as Israel. This story is told in an old Jewish book called Shem and Jaff, which was regarded as official before the time of Christ. According to the Book of Jubilees, Ham, Ken's second son, was opposed to Canaan's plan to take those regions for himself. Kush, the Book of Jubilees, mentions that Ham was the first to establish a city and region after the flood. He named the place Malefolk in honor of his beloved wife. It is important to approach these ancient texts with careful consideration of their cultural and historical context. Mahi and others did not support Canaan's decision to reside in Shem's territory because they believed the lands in Africa were meant for Ham's descendants. Despite their objections, Canaan chose to remain in the land. Misunderstandings that spread false ideas or unfairly label some groups of people as cursed should be avoided, since the Bible presents a story that is both complicated and multifaceted. Please consider subscribing and clicking the notification button to get future updates. We appreciate you watching and hope that this debate has helped you acquire insights about the Bible. Mark your calendars for upcoming episodes where we tackle important topics.